Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Nashville. From the 6. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right. Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head.
What the fuck is this playbook I got
so
right
now?
An
early
bro?
3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This is the tight end, Njoku.
Oh, my fucking God. What the?
Just short of the 45 at the 44.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now the first carry for Darrington Evans. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run. And he's got this down almost to the 20.
Hey, I don't care, bro. Do what you must, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm restarting this game. I don't fucking get off of that shit. Yeah, bro, I don't care. You give me a penalty, whatever you gotta do, bro. Motherfuckers on my game, changing my playbooks and shit, man. I cannot be having that shit. Regardless, I don't give a fuck. I cannot play with a basic playbook. I need my playbook. Fucking pisses me off that he's changing my shit though. Like, this is his shit, bro. Dude's got me fucked up.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And off we go from Nashville. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A first look now for Darrington Evans. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Evans. Now after the running play, we got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Annihilating, that's enough.
Now a handoff coming left, Evans.
Who the fuck is this nigga that's just breaking fucking tackles on my superstar goddamn fucking
This defense for the Colts, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It's solid, instinctive running there, spinning forward and getting a full 7 yards.
Yo, are these motherfuckers serious right now, bro? Just gonna hurt my whole fucking squad in the first quarter, first drive? Like, get fucked, bro.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last
Who
week.
the fuck is this nigga, bro?
And they've taken care of that early.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Connor. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Tua. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. DJ Moore with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run with Hines. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he'll be brought. At the 45-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Taken at about the 36. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, it's Henderson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for it with Evans. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Home side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. Second down, it's Henderson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
They'll run on first down with Evans.
I don't understand, bro. Who the fuck is this Evans with a 74 break tackle who's just shedding all of my tackles off my linebackers, dude? Like, you guys have got to be fucking kidding me right now.
On second down now, it's Henderson.
I mean, who are these running backs, bro? All 5 of their running backs are just breaking all of my shit.
Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they won 3 and out.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tua Tagovailoa. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with the touchdown run. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, the sacks are better.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Evans. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Tua going to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. On second down, right back to Hines. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd down, Hines, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 1st down. Weaver. And this is incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Weaver. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Dances by him. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
Not more than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Evans. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So we've reached halftime here. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year. In trouble, and he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Weaver. Trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From midfield, here's Tua. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league.
And it's a Titans touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Point after, up and good. And it is 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, right back to Hines. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him, because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Weaver. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Evans again. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, a run with Evans. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Tagovailoa are going to try and throw on third down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Quiddy Pay in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally, I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On first down, Weaver. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 3 quarters in the ball. With more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for the Titans. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, Evans. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a short gain here down to the 22. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have. Taking a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run again with Hines. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The Colts on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because
down the numbers. There he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Ellinger to throw on 1st and 10 here. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun is Ellinger. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Taylor. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So from the 30.